Beauty, it is often said, is in the eye of the beholder. What if the beholder can't see it? Is this a blessing or a curse? Beauty, after all, is rooted in truth, and truth may be an ugly sight indeed. The truth makes no excuses, allows no compromises, offers no comfort. Perhaps, then, we should protect ourselves from the truth, to be blind to it. If you see what I mean.
9:44 p.m. It is what? July 14th, 2014, Sunday. So, this is how this shit works. These agents keep hitting me up with shit that is not mine. It's not me, it's not in my energy field, it's not how I think, it's not even what I feel or what I believe, period. It is fake shit that they are goddamn selling. And they keep hitting me up and bombarding me with this shit daily. And they're wrong about all of it. Furthermore, they know none of it's real or true. But the one thing I've learned along the way here is they're actually passing this off as real and true. So in other words, they hit me up with things which are balls to the walls fake. Over and over and over, and then somehow it becomes real for everybody else because I bring it up. Oh yeah, they sell it as, well, he's not honest with himself. It's in the background of his energy print. That's a load of shit. That's why when they push in depression, it doesn't register with me. Because I've got depression, and all of it is not in my energy field. It's not how I am. It's not where I operate from. LJ out in Berlinbach had a feeling of depression on me for a long time. All I noted was I feel really weird. I couldn't even recognize it. LJ brought this up with me. These agents brought this point up a few days ago. Yes, it does not register with me because it's foreign and alien to me. It has nothing to do with my energy and how I am. I pointed this one out. The whole thing going all the way back to Horvat and her officers, Jurgen and Beata, about the sex stuff, is everybody is clear about what they want in regards to sex, who they want to have sex with, the type of sex they want to have, their fantasies. Hello? I am no different in regards to how I operate here in real life. This is what I pointed out to Horvat and her officers. You operate with pure intentions in regards to your sex life. That's how I am in regards to everything here. I don't have ulterior motives. This is what makes me totally different from other people. One point in regards to what makes me totally different. And that is what I referred to with Horvat and her officers going all the way back to, I think it was 2012. And I knew Horvat and her officers were going to lie about it, and they fucking did. Every time I point out the truth of them lying, you go, well, it can't be they're lying. They're my homies. You're a bunch of fucking amateurs. Fuck all of you, and goddamn all of you to fucking hell. And that's without my cat being killed right now. Fuck you again on that one. Yeah, for you, Jurgen and Beata, I operate with pure intentions. I don't lie and I don't manipulate. The one that you don't get is there's a way that this all works. If lying saves the lives of me and, let's say I'm going out for a walk or something, some guys try and rob us, and just by lying we can get away with our lives, that's totally different. There's a way that this all works. There's cause and effect and there's balance. That's all about God's law. Horvat just sold it all as I'm a manipulator and a liar and I can lie and manipulate. That's Horvat sticking her goddamn profile on me and you like a bunch of goddamn amateurs eating it up, fuck-ups. Once again, you put my intelligence way down here while you fuck up like pissants from the alternative media. Fuck both of you. This is going to cost you your life, Beata, so fuck you again. This is about your beliefs that agents don't lie. Fuck you and your goddamn belief systems, you fucking assholes. This is your goddamn profession, and it's the one profession in the world where everybody does fucking lie and manipulate. You dumb asshole. You got an out-of-control psychopath and a team of SS agents in your fucking country, assholes. How fucking stupid do you think anybody is? It's impossible to be in the middle of a cover-up and not know it. What do you think my ex is a witness to? You fucking dumb cunt. This intelligent level is what they're actually doing, and I'm pointing it out in real time. Fuck up. That's the entire point. This shit they shove in. It's obvious it's not mine. It's like them pushing in this feeling and belief that you're gay or something. It's not you, it's not yours, and you know it isn't. Hello? It's totally opposite. You recognize it for what it is from the very beginning. This is the point. This is all technology shit. What the fuck do you think I was talking about with Patsy? I was saying we'll do a brain squeeze. It's because I got no ulterior motives, and I fucking know it. Hello? You're the ones that shit-can science for your fucking brainwashed viewpoints. Goddamn you to hell. So now they're worried about Russians. Man, they're fucked on that one. Once I get a wiretap on me by Russians, it's game over. Fuck both of you. You're in the toilet and you both know it. You're both performing like a couple of fuck-ups. It's me to each of you. I'm talking to Patsy and Horvat here. So then they're preventing my email to a politician here, Ted. So the reality is, the situation here, the real circumstance is not the shit they've sold for people like Robert and Patrick and David and Bill and a few others. The actual situation here is going to destroy the reputation of the FBI. It's going to break the back of the FBI and Special Ray here. And this is the one which the FBI and Special Ray absolutely get. Or maybe Special Ray doesn't. The shit I do see about him, I've been analyzing him for a long time now. I pointed out to the FBI in Phoenix, I said, this guy stinks of Chinese corruption here. Chinese involvement. Never speaks about the Chinese, and we've got the Chinese running rampant in our country. I live, myself, in one of the towns where this is occurring. Chinese spies all over the place. I pointed out a Chinese spy to the FBI 30 fucking years ago at one of the jobs I was working at. Hello? Guaranteed she was a Chinese spy. And guaranteed the FBI found out the truth of it. This is Chinese spy central here. Do not kid yourself. It's goddamn a university town with, level 3 labs, strangely enough. It was this town that was involved with some of the corona shit. So I pointed out to the FBI in Phoenix, I said he's guilty as shit, and tons of goddamn Americans know it. Tons of Americans know that this guy is corrupt, and he is ignoring the Chinese the same way that J. Edgar Hoover was ignoring organized crime. Imagine fucking that one. Maybe the Chinese have blackmail on Special Ray here. Chinese Ray, as I call him. So I pointed this out to the FBI in Phoenix, and do you know what happened? 3 weeks later, three fucking weeks later, Chinese Ray finally starts speaking about the Chinese issue. Imagine that one. And this is the level the FBI was on with me out in Phoenix. They didn't realize I'd recognize it for what it is. My circumstances go all the way up to the top, to this little subcommittee that deals with all the info they get here. And then they deal directly with Special Ray. That's how that works. So Special Ray is getting the goddamn messages here. And the reality is, he said, well, the way the Chinese do it, they have a Chinese cell which runs all the media companies and this and that, and they're the one that controls everybody. And then what was the FBI doing with Twitter and everybody else? They were their own Chinese self. Fuck Chinese Ray and fuck the FBI. But my point is, it's game over for the FBI here if this goes public. If I get them into court, it is game over, and the FBI knows it. I am sitting on top of national news and international news. I will be the one that finally gets the FBI cleaned up here, because after my story comes out, it's game over, and the FBI knows it. Quite frankly, as stupid as Special Ray is here, I don't see how he does not get his circumstances here. He has to be able to understand that it's game over for his career here if the truth comes out. He is finished. This is what I'm sitting on top of. Now take a look at how everybody has performed from alternative media. Alex goes parading himself around as the best and the king here. And the reality is, he is balls to the walls and up to his ears with blood by ignoring me and my circumstances. Furthermore, he didn't even ask questions. That's it for him. Narcissist, finished. Know-it-all, finished. He's not walking these fucking trenches. He didn't ask one fucking question. He doesn't even get my goddamn intelligence level here. Just like German agents, clueless. I got people looking down on me, people fucking up. Their mistakes are costing in regards to me and my life here and loved ones. Not acceptable anymore. I don't give a shit who you are. So here's one for who's left from alternative media. I and my girlfriend, Monica, back in Germany, the mother of our child here, we were best friends. I fell in love with her. This was back in India. And we had this crazy adventure together. I mean, man, the amount of stories I could tell you. And some of them actually mystical. We had you know, India's a different place. Shit actually happens there. God pulls back the veil. So we had all sorts of stuff. It was actually very romantic how we met. And the thing is, we were best friends. So I finally reached this point with Monica. I had to analyze. I can't be getting angry at Monica because she's doing stalking. And I was like, well, what's reality here? The reality is I love her. And she has no choice but to do what she is asked here. Otherwise, they will target her. This is actually how it works. I've seen a couple of people in the game stalking who were doing it, who ended up getting targeted themselves because they were asked to do shit that they wouldn't go along with, because they still, even within it, had morals and values stronger than other people. So they themselves got targeted and stalked and mobbed. I don't know about the stalking part, but they sure as fuck got mobbed by everybody. They got attacked the same way I did. That's the entire point. They experienced stalking. So I was like, what's reality? And I was like, I realized, well, she's got no choice, but she loves me. I just put things into context. That's always been how it's been here with me and Monica. So then in 2002, I changed, and I was like, I'm the one getting myself held in. This is stupid. Only reason why I haven't been able to speak about this has been because the agents affected me in the first place. This is what they've been hiding. Very first time I tried speaking about this out in Phoenix, the agents did a hit piece. Doesn't change reality. One more, the FBI and the CIA fucked up royally in regards to. It's going to be impossible with the Russians having a tap on me for them to not see what the truth is with me pointing it out to them. The FBI and the CIA are desperate here. Your monkey dance does not work anymore, and you're going to find it out. You go, the FBI is going, well, we got tricked with this shit for 8 years. Patsy here, tricked, dumb as shit. And that is not where shit's at now. They're fucked. They're desperate. So guaranteed they are looking at knocking me off before interviews. Getting back to the point, so Monica would do stalking for Horvat. And I put it into perspective. I realized first point is she's acting. Second point is she's acting in a way that isn't her. She's pretending to be somebody she isn't. Fake anger, you name it. Creating a fake problem and then getting angry. It's like her being a YouTuber with me. You know, one of these couples where they make a joke and make tricks with each other. And so I just saw past the stalking. But I had weird shit going on. And that weird shit involved technology. And that's what was happening. I was being held in on the last day of stalking with technology, and neither Monica nor myself knew about the technology. But the point is, I did not get angry at Monica. She had no choice. So then what Horvat began doing was hijacking Monica with technology anger. She had hijacked Monica with technology anger and me with technology anger. And they lied to my parents, and they said to my parents, Monica was doing stalking, and then I got angry and reacted. Everybody believes that because you can't believe you going through the circumstances and not getting angry. That's because you're not focused on reality. I've been in this 30 fucking years, you asswipes. I understand how it all works, literally all of it. If you understand it's about getting an angry reaction and that all you got to do is not react and then you're free for the rest of your life and out of prison, how the fuck do you think that works? I was always happy and optimistic, you asswipes. So you think I'm getting myself held in, and the reality is the FBI is holding me in and German agencies are going along with it. That's because they misprofiled me and they still haven't woken up, and I'm done with them. They've got no excuse for their mistakes anymore. They have labeled me an agency threat, and that's why I got held in 2002, all based on a fake profile that I never even had. Those are my circumstances. And behind all of that, the last layer here is the FBI is deliberately holding me in for collecting information on rogue agents, Horvat and her officers, who I am also dealing with now because I'm going back to my girl's town in Germany. So Horvat and her officers are in contact with these agents here, and they know the FBI is awake and investigating them. Horvat wants me murdered, and the FBI's got no choice because I'm going to be spilling the beans, and there's going to be a congressional hearing here. The FBI is finished if this all becomes public and this gets into a courtroom and gets to politicians who are not stupid. They are tricking everybody by selling, this is how the stalking is, and this is how the technology works, and they're lying about all of it. Once they speak about stalking, you're finished. You're already crossed the threshold, and you're now in a FBI Disneyland where they invent everything, and it's all bullshit. It is misdirection right from the get-go. And the moment you start smoking that, you've missed the point. This is about an innocent man being accused of rape because a woman took $100,000 for lying for the FBI and because of 2 cover-ups. Then you take a look at how long this has gone on, and in regards to an innocent man, and then you find out this all began being done to my family as well. That is why they are lying about what they did to my family. If you understand that, no, this is about targeting good people. You understand the whole rape thing is total bullshit. If you understand they were doing this to my ex and our daughter and killing our pets. That is why they hide it. But that's all on you. I've spoken the truth about it. Where the fuck are your heads? You are the idiots, not me. You are the incompetent fuck-ups from alternative media, not me. And no, not you, David, Bill, and Patrick, but man, I'm still angry here. My cat is being killed with technology in Germany. I'm being tortured goddamn daily. This is not goddamn acceptable. Point is, measure goddamn reality. What is right and wrong here? You think I'm, hello, what are basic realities? How stupid and crazy do you think I am? Actually, they're hiding the fact that I'm intelligent, and they're caught and in a world of shit because of it. That is why they affect me with technology for looking like a goddamn idiot. Then they pass it off as mine, while you make the mistakes and I and people around me pay. But that's where I and Monica were. She understood where I was at. We were best friends. We were both looking forward to my going free. I realized I was getting myself held in and that it was stupid. I was actually conscious about this going all the way back to 1996 and 97. I was noting this about myself. I am reacting and getting myself held in because I was still angry about everything that was done to me. 2002, that all changed. And look, and German agents mislabeled it, and they believed their own cheap psychology. They fucked up, and they're in the world of shit. They're all paying for it. That's how that's playing out. They put their energy into creating this dangerous mess because they're stupid and arrogant. But the point is, Monica saw I had changed. She saw I had changed, and she was happy and optimistic also because she saw I had changed. Once again, German agents went labeling my girlfriend delusional as well. Imagine that one. Balls to the walls. My profile was lied about, and because they don't want to believe that agents lied, me and Monica got labeled delusional, and instead of them realizing we're in the middle of a goddamn cover-up and agents doing what they want with classified technology, instead of waking up to this dangerous mess, they just went labeling us delusional. It's all about their cheap viewpoints of the world, which they didn't even double-check and verify. They went on feelings, not thinking. Hello? Goddamn agency. An entire fucking agency. Got that one? So when I say they lied heavily and extremely about the relationship we had, that's exactly what they did. Yeah, Horvat and her officers and Patsy here have labeled, here they go, wiping the point. Man, I'm not doing this one. It goes all the way back to Horvat. I'm manipulating to go free. There's no truth to that at all. That's the point. Horvat and her officers invented that instead of explaining to you my real psychology and how I had changed. That is exactly what that is about. You fucked up royally. What do you think my ex is a witness to? She would know better than everybody. Take a look at how you view shit and how you got there. She would know, not you. You just can't handle that Horvat and her officers lied to you. You're balls to the walls incompetent. I had changed, and blatantly obvious that I had changed from Monica, by the way. I totally changed, looking forward to going free. Monica was the same way. She saw that I was different. That was the entire point. So she and I both thought, I can go free and we can start a new life here. You label it as lying and manipulating. Boy, you are absolutely fucked. Once I get interviews and somebody who is halfway intelligent interviews me, you're fucked royally. That's why they're worried about interviews with Patrick. Oh, you're fucked. Everything you talk about, you knowing about, is based on shit you never double-checked from day one. You are as obvious for the fakes and liars you are. You have nothing to substantiate what you talk about. You believe a psychology I do not have to hide the fact that you fucked up. With me pointing out my psychology in front of you, you're going to look balls to the walls obvious to the rest of the world. That's a statement of fact. You shouldn't have been looking at, well, it's unlikely for a team of agents to go bad and the agent in charge, the commanding officer, Horvat here, you shouldn't have been, well, that's unlikely. You should have looked at, well, what are the odds that somebody just wake up one day saying that? At the very least, if you looked at it from both ways, you would have been objective and you would have been, well, it could be either way here. I didn't wake up one day saying this. It's what actually happened. You can't handle the homie's life. Fuck you, amateurs. And I got very specific threats against my ex in June. I think it was the beginning of June. Very serious, heavy threats. And they've been doing all their threats on a 6-month delay, basically. Longer, in some cases. They've been threatening a 1-year delay. That's one more they were doing. And they still are. So then they made heavy threats against my cat for June and July of next year, if not this year. I got to take him to the vet this Tuesday for technology illness. And threats against me and Monica for June and July. And they threatened very heavily against our daughter here in July. And they've been doing 6-month delays, longer delays than that as well, and 1 year. But they're all very long. Between when the threats are made and then they start doing stuff, they give innuendos along the way. And then finally they do the event. But they don't tell people the truth of when they made the threats and when the problems occur. This has been, it's like lying to kindergarten kids, lying to alternative media for the FBI here. See, here I am. I'm trying to formulate my next thoughts. I just looked at the video, and they're constantly bombarding me with shit I could care less about. What they're constantly doing is trying to find ways of lying to alternative media, sometimes people specifically, and affecting me with technology, computer programs, so that if I end up with a wiretap by the Russians, they want the Russians' heads all fucked up here. Bottom line, this is what I'm dealing with non-stop here, daily. It's all about them getting ideas for lying to everybody else. They've done this in regards to Ted. They've done this in regards to politicians, people from alternative media, you name it. So I see they're worried. They're just hitting me up with all sorts of shit, and this is going on nonstop. Here's a perfect example of how they deliver threats and they get away with lying. So I look at the stuff in regards to the immigrants, the different groups coming in. I'm looking at the motives, the bigger picture here. It's all the elite. You take a look at such a mix of different people who all have the same intentions of bringing America down from the inside. When you have such a weird mix, there's somebody over all of them. It's the elite. They're preparing to take America down. The standard bearer of the world they want taken down. Democracy and capitalism declared to not work. That's why they want to do it. From there, they will sell their socialism. But when I look at this stuff, they have computer programs set up for making specific threats against our daughter. And it's all about stabbing her and raping her and both and this and that. And always a group of males raping her, beating and raping her. And her being killed in some of these and this and that. And the thing is, this is set up ahead of time with computer programs. So then what they'll do is they'll sell it as, well, we're just doing it to try and condition him into not watching videos about immigrants. We're just seeing if we can do it, which of course isn't going to work. I watch the news for watching the news. Fuck them and their Disneyland. It's like them trying to make me throw up because I take vitamins. They can go fuck themselves. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. That's him with a cicada. The ones when they start dying, this is what happens. They come down to the ground right before, and this is their death throes. That's my cat Hops, who they are making constantly sick with technology. It's been going on the whole time. So, he's not sick, it's technology. So they'll claim, well, we're trying to condition him, we're seeing if we can do it, and people behind the scenes would be like, oh, okay. And the reality is they just lie about all of this shit in the first place. They just pose this shit as real and true, and none of it's real and true. I'll tell you why they've got the computer program set up that way. The reason why they do it is they're actually communicating death threats and threatening rape attacks against our daughter. That is why they are doing it. That is exactly why. But because you bought into the wonderful world of stalking, you are smoking their bullshit, and you don't understand they're delivering death threats right in front of your motherfucking punk faces and getting away with it because you're too stupid to analyze reality. And that's for Alex and all sorts of people here who fucked up royally. I'm done with Alex. I'm done with all sorts of people. From here on out, I will just check off the box. I'm not even going to waste my time getting angry with people. But with Alex, it's a little bit different. He is the only person from the alternative media who wears shoes similar to mine. He has actually dealt with real hardcore shit. He has dealt with the setups and stuff. This is why he's got no excuse. He's such a goddamn dismal failure. He's got no excuse for being ignorant about this shit. He did not care enough to check. He did not care enough to think about shit here. That's not on me. So I'm done with people like this. So this is why people got nothing to worry about in regards to interviewing me in the future here. I'll be like, okay, you're stupid. You don't want to interview me? Okay, stupid. We're done. Just move on to the next ones. Once I get a lawyer here, it's going to be different. Because the lawyer's going to understand, yeah, I can actually prove my goddamn case. That is the goddamn point. In order to do it, I've got to get my interviews. Once I get money from interviews, it's for an investigation into Dawn. It's game over. Game over. Long history of post-traumatic flashbacks in the bedroom with other boyfriends, pushing boyfriends into suicide. Hello. And on and on. Track record of corruption as a cop. You name it. She was a bad person. Everything in her past here reflects her. She's in a world of shit. And she and the FBI know it. In regards to me, I'm a very good person. And this is why the FBI has had to work so hard at being able to find anything for accusing me. Only thing they've got are heavy lies in the first place. That's the entire point. They've got one thing from my life, and that's it. That's because I'm a good person, and as a result, I've lived a good, clean life here, basically. Yeah, they can point to when I did drugs and this and that, but they got to take shit out of context. It's like Horvat. She had to cherry pick single events from my life to build this false profile she sold to German agents. The reality is those were one-time things which I learned from and changed as a result. Horvat posed it as, well, it's still there. This is one more way Horvat is in a world of shit with foreign agencies. Fuck you, cunt. May I be blessed with Russian citizenship, and may the Russians know the truth. You'll know it's true when it happens to you, you fucking piece of shit. Your days are finished. You are a great big fake, and you and your team are on flames, baby. And furthermore, you can't recognize it. Man, you're in a world of shit. How the fuck do you think I view you? You're hitting me up with questions about how I view you? I don't know, unglued at the least? Man, do you know what you're doing? Jesus, you're way off out here in outer space. And you don't get it. If you're paying attention, if you're from an agency, if you're paying attention, every time they hit me up with shit, really, it's a false accusation. And then they give me option A or option B. They'll have a scripted response. It feels like yours. But neither one is right. And the way Horvat got away with this shit in the past is she would just keep running this shit through my head and script it. Pee-wee out in Phoenix did this. You're just taking along for the ride. Doesn't mean you got accurate information. But the point is, Horvat and officers would give me option A or option B for a response. And it's neither. That is based on them and their psychology, not mine. That's the point. This is why hijacking me with technology and hitting me up with all this shit is so balls to walls incompetent. Furthermore, the circumstances are different based on who I deal with here. How the fuck do you think that works? So they're hitting me up with Beata, the German agent, because they're killing our cat in Germany out with technology. Where is Beata at? Oh, well, before Germans were insignificant. Don't give a shit about them. Like my parents. Now they're killing. Well, that would be like my parents now coming at me out of the blue. Falsely accusing me and killing my pets over their false beliefs. Where do you think that puts you? You are claiming everything based on your opinions of the world, which aren't even real or true. They don't even exist. The very psychology you view me as having is invented. You fail to realize that only one of us is speaking the truth, and it's not your homies. The point is, you're actually going to get yourself killed, and you're going to find out the hard way. Yet you're coming at me with this theory I'm a threat to agencies, which is why you've held me in for 22 years extra. You were wrong all the way back in 2002. That's the point. You did not perform your jobs. This whole thing has been about your feelings. It's all over the place. This is why they want to prevent interviews. Oh, we're going to kill a family member right before you get interviews, and we'll see if it changes shit. Yeah, I'll name every single piece of dirt in regards to agents and agencies and their mistakes publicly. That's where we're at. So, things keep changing here, but you are the one who keeps seeing a false psychology. That's the entire point. You can't figure out bare basic common sense. If I am speaking the truth, if I've pointed out I pointed myself out here the entire step and way. You should have cleaned up the profile. Should have realized you fucked up for 22 years. You're coming at me with an argument that doesn't exist. You're killing more family members in my life over your ignorance and then getting an attitude about it. You need technology for where I am in the scheme of things here with you? Take a look. Everybody else gets it. There's no rocket science involved. There is on your end, because you keep misreading my anger and what I'm angry about in the first place. It's because you never cleaned your shit up. And then let's see, Horvat was trying to, somebody was, most likely Horvat here, but who cares? We got to get you and your family on the list for the elite. You already did that back in Phoenix. Horvat sure as fuck knows, and our officers, once you're there and that idea is out there, if the elite wake up here, they're going to be going through that file. They're going to be looking at, well, you were stupid as shit. You're guilty as fuck, and you volunteered because it was all a joke to you. Well, we'll put our families on the list to be whacked by the elite. Point is, they actually get rid of family lines of their goddamn enemies, you fucking idiot. It's got nothing to do with here and now. You don't get one fucking thing about the world you live in. You're balls to the wall stupid. You're beyond stupid. You're pretending to be an agent, and you are acting like the circus clown here. How do you think it works? I didn't wake up one day saying I'd been held in for no goddamn reason. It actually happened. How blatantly obvious do you think it was for Horvat and her officers that I had changed? That's the point. You can see my profile going back from 2002, and every single year you've been lied to. My actual psychology explains why I was the way I was, and you thought I was out to lunch. Oh, look, he thinks he can pass, and he doesn't know that he's a threat to agencies. It's because I never was. Hello? So, whoops for you on that one. This is going to be an interview, so I pray to God. I'm going to be sending off Mother Mira an email. I pray to God that Patrick and others interview me here, because then it's the end of the game for you. People are going to be looking at you, and they're going to realize, first thing, Beka does not know. You performed based on your feelings, not based on actually knowing. I worked my ass off and had documentation in regards to goddamn everything, and your agency the entire time never realized it. You're beyond incompetent. People are going to see you and your fucking agency for the lying joke you are. The goddamn elite of this world are going to smell a goddamn rat right from the beginning. We're going to have kickoff time here for Horvat and her officers running in no time. I'm going to contact every fucking politician in this country, cunt. Everyone, Obama, everybody, with my book and this shit. Because a lot of them, most of them, work for the elite. They're all part of the team and club, so we're getting this ended. Somebody's going to wake up to this fucking mess. And as far as I'm concerned, may it be Ted and Patrick and a few others here. Everybody should not be performing like Alex, asking nothing and knowing everything. Who the fuck invented that formula? That is a formula for failure. That is a formula for absolutely getting destroyed later when the truth comes out. I'm about to be murdered, you fuck-ups. My cat is being killed. That is it. So I think maybe I explain things here with Beata. One of the things you'll see in the book is that a politician was targeted by Horvat and her officers. It was communicated to me in Phoenix by Pee-wee. That's the name I gave to the agent in charge because of his own psychological issues. And it's on the money, by the way. Boy, wait until the truth comes out here. And I explain how it is that I understand the people I've dealt with here. While German agents have believed this cartoon clown version of me. Man, I can't wait. Oh, I cannot wait. But Pee-wee communicated to me, well, Horvat put in her file it was a coincidence. Horvat gave innuendos for 3 weeks, and then strangely enough, somebody from the royal family had a, quote, problem. And if you understand what has been going on since 2002 here with Horvat and her officers, if you understand eyewitness German citizens, I guarantee you that not all of these were authorized by the BKA. Before they blocked my memory here, I looked at this and I was like, well, that's a lot of goddamn German citizens for the BKA to be going along with Horvat murdering. I looked at it back then as, well, they would be like, maybe you've got a slight murdering problem here. I think later, Horvat, based on that, and my looking at it, I think she changed it so that she could quite literally get away with killing all sorts of people and pets in front of my face. She lied so that she could get away with all of the killings, shitloads of it. And the BKA was clueless. He believes I'm an out-of-control psychopath. That is why. It was never about all of the killing, or killing by itself. No, it was always about the unauthorized shit going on in the first place. And it was also about Horvat getting away with a cover-up and no one knowing. Yes, at one point in time, I did not believe the BKA was going along with it also. But the point is, it's a mix. A lot of it was authorized, but not all of it. There's all sorts of shit I never brought up with anybody. But the point is, going back, this was by 2007, I think. And I was like, well, that's a lot of goddamn people. So I've got all sorts of money that Horvat did unauthorized murder in regards to German citizens. If it's not around, if it's not way up there, then they got lied to. If they have only 3 or 4, the BKA was lied to. Guaranteed. And then the unauthorized murder, the event from February 2011, 2 ICE agents in Riverside, California. Once again, Horvat and her officers, they just lied. They invented something which never happened in regards to me and Horvat and her officers doing this. They quite literally sold technology shit, once again, as being mine. They did not tell German agents where I was actually at and how I analyzed shit. I got innuendos for 2 days straight before it happened. They lied about all of it. They said they did it only... They said it happened on that day, and then they brought it up with me like they did it, and then I reacted to it. That's a fucking lie. Horvat specifically gave me all of the innuendos. I realized this one very quickly after they did this event. February 17th, 2011. Riverside, California. That was a technology event, and it was Horvat and her officers. But I very quickly realized, well, she gave all those innuendos for 2 days straight. It was shitloads. It was thousands and thousands altogether in each day. She did it that way so I could never forget. And then she lied. She just invented shit for German agents. And they're like, well, okay, agents don't lie. And they just believe the lies. And they ended up believing a psychology I don't have as a result. Quite literally, German agents have been letting them get away with all sorts of shit here, and they've been clueless. German agents, they looked at appearances. They were like, well, that's crazy. Nobody would do that. No, they actually did it. Then I pointed out the truth to them, and they're like, well, you're mistaken. It can't be that they did it that way. No, they actually did it that way. That was the entire point. Horvat was rubbing in my face what they did and got away with. And they just lied to German agents like a bunch of goddamn monkeys, which they are. He found out Horvat had held me in 2002, and it was blatantly obvious to me and Monica that she had done it. You would understand. There's no argument. It was blatantly obvious Horvat had held me in. There's no argument. So getting back to Beata here, so she thinks I'm delusional because certain things were done here, including a politician. This is what the FBI and the CIA are fucking investigating Horvat and her officers for in the first fucking place. We've got a very dangerous mess here. And then we've got Beata communicating messages. Oh, we're killing your cat, and on, like where I'm at is a goddamn mystery here. You're finished. You have created these circumstances, and you are blaming me and coming at me with a psychology I don't even have. You keep seeing my psychology the way you want to see it. You go, well, the circumstances can't be real and true. You say all of that without having checked one fucking thing. You're just talking out of your ass. It is real and true, and you're having my cat killed out of your own fucking ignorance. You think you are your own excuse? You think this is a dick-waving contest? You put yourselves here. You yourself are going to get yourself killed and your goddamn family. I am not stopping until this is all exposed, and you know your fucking mistakes now, you dumb cunt. And you're too stupid to understand the amount of danger your life's in. If you're coming at me like you're important, you are the least important person, because you, out of everybody here, I know is going to end up paying for their mistake. You're trying to argue. You're trying to argue something that doesn't exist. You're going, well, it can't be real and true. Wow, wait until you get there. You're saving all your denial for one harsh wake-up call here. That's what you're doing. Wait until it gets there. You're going to be bombed out of your mind. And then why I'm angry at you will not be a goddamn mystery. You got to hit me up with technology to understand that one? You're coming at me with your fucking ignorance like you fucking know? Hello? You are the ones reacting to looks without double-checking your shit, not me. You keep reading a psychology I don't have because you don't want to admit your agency made mistakes. That is exactly it. You are arguing you're not fuck-ups with me. Holy fuck, I can't wait until you do pay for your mistakes. You're just going on your own fucking bullshit. You are smoking your own job title without performing it. You're fucked. You are fucked. I'm going to send you video links once I get once I get interviews. That's them. They keep doing the word switch. Oh, man. You're living one great big lie. That's about your feelings. You read what you feel into everything. It's not about my psychology. It's just what you feel to believe it is, because you were told that. That is exactly what you're doing. I am as conscious about my goddamn psychology as I am in regards to sex stuff. That was always the point going back to 2012. These agents looked at this shit about 6 months ago, I think. Many months ago at this point. No, it wasn't 6 months ago. Maybe 3 months ago. You think this is a game, and you're making a game, and you see my psychology. You've never seen my psychology. You continue to not see my psychology. You just perform with extreme bias and prejudice. You never found out, just like with the honeypot shit. But it's a lot more than just honeypots here. You just go reading what you believe in everything because it's what you've been told. But it's all been done based on not double-checking. It's not about my psychology. I see you based on your mistakes. Your mistakes tell me about your psychology. You're coming at me over shit, which you're all fucked up. You're off in outer space. You view this all as a game, and you're taking this as a game. You're not taking anything seriously. I'll tell you exactly how everybody views you here, as the clown you are. Horvat and her officers are dangerous and rogue, have been doing unauthorized events. The CIA was investigating and are, and so is the FBI now. While this is your performance here, and you are in denial of real life. And furthermore, this is all your profession in the first place. How fucking stupid do you think you look? Then you're coming at me with your own attitude about shit in regards to killing my cat. You invent a psychology in regards to my anger instead of see it for what it is. Now, I am angry because this is actually where you're at, and you've gone along with our cat being killed. No mystery involved. Where do you think the mystery is going to be for everybody looking at interviews? There is none. You live in your own Disneyland. You look like a little fucking retard because you are. Yet you're trying to come across at me here like you're intelligent, and you're full of shit. You're clueless. You are balls to the walls. You're beyond a goddamn amateur here. You are a goddamn clown and a joke. So they're hijacking me here very much, and then they're affecting me into not speaking about it. They do this at will, and many times I just don't bring it up later in the video, or they just affect me all the way through so that it never comes up. Really, it's remote control, and worst case scenario, I've got to point it out in the next video. So that means people have false viewpoints about shit until they see the next video. But they've been attacking me very heavily here. In regards to Beata, the entire point is, the only way you get this mess cleaned up is you go to 2002, when I changed. If you understand I changed, and it was obvious for my ex, then you understand there's something wrong with the picture. Only one of us is telling the truth, and you went, once again, on prejudice and bias. All blacks are the same, all Jews are the same, all agents are the same. You're an absolute goddamn imbecile. While you're pushing in the feeling that you're intelligent with me. Man, you are fucking stupid. Don't come at me with what you're not. They've looked at this repeatedly. This goes back. Oh, and by the way, maybe it does go back 6 months. It's between 3 and 6 months, what I brought up earlier. But one of my first assessments with you, egotistical fuck up. Intelligent, but all fucked up because of your ego. People like you are always fuck ups. That was my first assessment of you, and once I got to know you very quickly, I don't read what I believe into you. This is the one the FBI knows here now, and Horvat and her officers already knew. I don't read myself into my analysis of things. I look to see if it is true and accurate. That is what I do. So I go through a checklist. This is one of the things I did with Elia. And the thing is, I could see all sorts of things about you, but it's not based on me reading myself into you or my first impressions into you, because that does not lead to accurate results. But this is how I analyze. And my point is, you read what you believe into quite literally everything. They just hit me up moments ago in between when I took a pause here. I took a pause from doing the video because they were attacking me so much. They just hit me up with something, and it's just one more incorrect thing. It is literally about you falsely accusing me and you reading what you believe into shit. It's not about accuracy. It's not about, it's actually just prejudice and bias the whole way. And you cannot wake up to how you are analyzing shit. So, you're in a world of shit here, whether you believe it or not. But that is how German agents view this. It's all a game, and the point is, it's all actually dangerous as shit in real life. And this has been the performance of German agents. A lot of people are wondering, how did they fuck up? They just went, well, it can't be a whole team. Agents went bad with a psychopath in charge, and that was that. Actually, they should have looked at it from both sides of the fence. That one's all over the place. Take a look at my next book here. You can see it plain as day. They fucked up like crazy. They did not look at things from our side of the fence and say, well, if it is real and true, then it would be this way on his side of things. If they did that, they would actually see my psychology. They haven't even done that much. Whole thing's been slanted and biased in just reading what they feel into believing. They just read it into everything. They've been told this is how it is, and therefore they believe it. Ta-da! German agents, homie to homie. That's their method. Actually, I live and breathe my profile. This is where they're absolutely fucked. I live and breathe my profile. My profile is obvious for what it is. And it's all throughout my past year. Literally, every single day of my life. And boy, they're in a world of shit on that one. My profile is there, and after I pointed out my profile, they didn't even check to see if it is this way. It is this way because it's real and true. So then they're left with option A or option B. Option A is it's real and true. It's a dangerous mess. Horvat and her officers lied. Option B is they're fucking with me, hit me up with their garbage. Option B is, well, they screwed up, and Horvat, strangely enough, read herself and her profile into mine the entire time stepping away here. Whoops. Boy, but the FBI and Horvat are not opting for option B here either. They're trying to maintain option C, which is it's the way they say it is. That is what they're trying to do, but the point is, once I get interviews, it all falls down. Beata will be looking at interviews, and she won't find one thing I've spoken which isn't true. Only thing she has are her own misperceptions and her brainwashing here. That's about her seeing things the way she wants to see it. It's got nothing to do with my psychology. That's the entire point. I'll be pointing out my psychology and where I've been coming from. It's that simple. They never bothered finding out. They've been too busy believing all this bullshit about me, and they're still doing it. That's the entire point. Doesn't get more incompetent or arrogant than that. They cannot accept that they've made mistakes here. Furthermore, they're so goddamn incompetent, they haven't double-checked to make sure they haven't. So I get more and more crazy and delusional for them, the more I point out to them. And all I do is point out their mistakes. So it gets down to, we can't be fuck-ups because we're agents, therefore you're delusional. That is the height of arrogance. Beata is going to pay for this. That's the way it goes. She has written the script here for herself, just like agencies now. The truth is coming out. If Patrick interviews me, they're fucked, the FBI in particular. They know this. You yourself, Beata, will be looking at interviews. Well, he didn't lie about anything. You'll just be in denial of hearing the truth, which is what you've done the entire time and wait, just like my parents. That is how incompetent you actually are. That is why, for you, I am your Jew. You get to feel what you want in regards to me. You get to believe what you want in regards to me. You get to do what you want in regards to me and my family. And you don't double check any of it. That is Jew time. That is exactly what that is. And then you go acting like you're a clever agent and you know my psychology, and you go killing. And you sign up for killing. And you didn't double check one fucking thing. Instead of actually listening to my me pointing out my real psychology, you just went on believing what you always believed. Because agents don't lie and agents don't make mistakes. And in regards to both, guess what? Your Disneyland here does not exist. You're off in outer space as to what has really been going on and your mistakes here in regards to my psychology. You've quite literally been too arrogant to actually listen. My psychology is all there in videos now. And all you got to do is add it all up and start looking from there. Strangely enough, you see me for the last, since 2002. And that doesn't even get into the FBI misprofiling me before I even came to Germany. So they fucked up royally in regards to split personality. That's one more I've come to realize about agents and agencies. The people doing the profiling is only as good as the people doing it. What I've experienced here in my life is pop psychology. You're in a world of shit yet again. I learned how not to be from my mother and father. Strangely enough, that is how both I and Monica raised our daughter. We learned how not to be. I grow and change. I grow and evolve. I am an intelligent, conscious person. You are a fucking fake and a liar in regards to yourself and everybody around you. That is exactly what you are. You're pretending to be something you are not. And you're parading this lie with me here. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to? It's two people in an elevator and you farted and you're getting up in my face like you didn't. You're trying to blame me for your goddamn mistakes and mess here. They are lying about my perspective of things and where I come from. Quite frankly, I've pointed out very much of it. This is how it's been the entire time. My perspective of things and where I'm coming from has been lied about the entire time stepping away. I've pointed out the truth of it and you're in denial. That makes you a fuck up. But it doesn't mean the rest of the world is not going to see you for what you are. And then wait until somebody finally wakes up and gets this mess ended. You're finished. Most important part is you get to find out what a clown you are. You have fucked up, and you're speaking to me like you haven't. I'm having the experience. I am me. I've pointed myself out. Take a look at you. In denial. You're in denial of your own goddamn mistakes and how your agency got there. You want proof you're brainwashed? You ignore real technology readings? Point number one right there. Whoops, just threw out science for your brainwashed viewpoints. Next point is you affect me with technology, and then you go believing the technology effects. Hello? Ta-da, all finished. You literally affect me with technology, and then you psychoanalyze it. So that's like you with a TV remote, and you change the channel, and you're like, holy fuck, the TV wanted it. And you start psychoanalyzing it and reading between the lines, reading between the pages of a book. There's nothing between the pages of a book, which is the point. And you go seeing what you want to see. This is the point. This is how fucking out to lunch you goddamn are, and it's a statement of your actual intelligence level, you fucking imbecile. You are down here in terms of intelligence, and you're coming at me like you're intelligent. Take a look at your fucking beliefs here, you fucking retard. Take a good goddamn look. So then you go psychoanalyzing it, just like you'll psychoanalyze my remark about intelligence here. You have constantly read me from way down here, and that's not where I operate from, sister. You're too stupid to get where I operate from, where I've operated from the entire time. One more point. If you understood, you would understand the amount of trouble agents and agencies are in here. Look at how I was with the FBI. Oh, only Horvat could trick you. There's something wrong with that picture. Now you've got the CIA and FBI. Well, you think they were investigating. Got news flash for you. All I've done is point the truth out and speak the truth the entire time stepping away. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Did you think if the circumstances are real, hello? How do you think I'd be sitting in the middle of a cover-up and not know it? That's a statement of your goddamn intelligence. You haven't even considered the possibilities. That is the entire point. That is a statement of how balls to the walls incompetent your entire fucking agency is. You're a fucking punk. You signed up with your homies here and are on board with your homies because they're your homies and you're all one team. And the reality is they're stabbing you in the fucking back. You are your own fucking joke. You are your own proof. You think I'm angry at you, Beata, because you come at me with this emotion push, like you're pushing in this feeling of you and I'm reacting to you. That's it. Man, oh my fucking God. Man, Horvat, you are fucked. Start running. Oh my God. You are a fucking goddamn idiot. I can't wait for you to understand the fucking incompetent fuck up you are, Beata. You're wiping the goddamn point. I'm not reacting to your tone, you fucking asshole. I'm reacting to the fact that you're coming at me with your fucking ignorance about what is going on and the fact that one of our cats in Germany is being goddamn killed and you have no idea as to what is actually going on. That is what I am angry about. And that does have to do with your fucking attitude, you imbecile. This is where you've been the whole fucking time in regards to everything. You haven't been taking one fucking thing seriously, and you double-checked not one fucking thing you believe. Not one. And quote me, you keep checking based on shit you never cleaned up in the first place. You can never be correct in regards to what you see here, because you don't actually see me, I see you. This is how it's been the entire time stepping away. I'm not reacting to your fucking tone. I'm reacting to the fact that you've actually fucked up and we've got one more dead cat coming up here, you dumb cunt. And then you are coming at me like this. That indeed is you and your actual attitude here, you cunt. There's nothing professional about it, no nothing. You are misreading me, not me misreading you. You got there in the first place with your mistakes based on how you actually are. And that is one more I am reacting to. That is the point. I see you. You do not see me. I see you based on your mistakes in the first place. You go, well, you don't know yourself. Boy, you're full of shit. You're so way off in outer space in regards to my psychology. What you believe has nothing to do with me. So yeah, I totally see you, you fuck up. Man, you're in a world of shit. You were to get the best team agents, and okay, we're going to, take a look here. Yeah, you're going to find out my psychology is the way I say it is. It's how I've lived and breathed my life here. Therefore, it is all over the place. Strangely enough, daily, you fuck up. In regards to you trying to figure out my psychology doesn't fit and work, and you get confused all the time like with honeypots, but it's all over the place. You get there in the first place. Here they go, wiping out the point. Hang on. See, what they do is they let me be normal. They stop affecting me for a few moments, and my consciousness and everything gets to function as normal. And then I can just speak the truth here, piece of cake. So what they did is they wiped out the point because they got a computer program set up because it's a good point. So they wiped it. Yeah, you have problems trying to understand my psychology all of the time because you don't have it right in the first place. That is why you had a problem with honeypots and all over the place. You got nothing but mistakes. That's the entire point. But take a look at how you fucking got there. You believe a profile I do not have. That's why you run into all of these problems. I've pointed out my profile as I live and breathe it. And once somebody does your fucking job, it's game over. Because I've been living and breathing it. It's obvious for what it is. I live and breathe it every day. No problems on that one. Once you see my profile, it's game over. You have not done it. You've been an arrogant fuck-up. Furthermore, your inability to realize such simple, basic things like with honeypots is a statement of how off in outer space you are with my psychology in the first place. This shit's going to stand out in neon for Russian agents, I don't know, people at YouTube, anybody looking at interviews, I don't know, maybe the elite, perhaps politicians, and on here. How about other agents? You're not honest about your job performance, you lying fuck up. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to? I am wearing the shoes based on your mistakes in the first place, you goddamn asswipe. You arrogant fucking pig. Well, that's it for get into all sorts of stuff here based on the circumstances. So agencies plan on knocking me off. I got more threats while doing the video about specifically knocking off Monica because she's a witness. This is how stupid Beata is. They went along with Monica being tortured, affected, attacked, remote controlled, threatened, by the way, verbal communications, threats of being put in stalking, and on here. The amount of hell that we all went through is beyond your imagination. Dealt with was also, it's beyond your imagination. We went through surreal technology, horror, sci-fi film hell. If you read my next book, that's if you understand that this all actually happened, then you understand exactly what I mean when I say that. I every once in a while on my own, fuck these really it doesn't happen anymore because they're too busy scripting me with all the thoughts and feelings they want. So they never know me and where I'm at. And they're worried about the Russians maybe saying yes. Unless I'm mistaken, I got something off to the SVR, which as I understand it is their FBI. What is it? FSB is their version of CIA. But I'm going to be going to their embassy. I'm going to be getting a lawyer and getting in touch with YouTubers through a lawyer. And my message needs to get out in regards to multiple points. And the truth of agents and agencies here is coming out. That's it. I've literally got a cat in Germany being killed because Beata, instead of listening to what it is I am pointing out here, she just reinvented it all into something else. You do not get more brainwashed than that. So I point out my psychology, and she reinvents it into something it isn't, based on her superficial beliefs. Agents, this can't be real and true. She literally can't even analyze reality correctly or intelligently. She does not analyze reality honestly. She'll take something over here and make it about something here and now. And there's no correlation at all. Yet she will think that and then go along with shit with Horvat here in regards to killing. She's stupid as shit. She doesn't have this way in the past, correct? And what she is seeing and figuring out now is also not correct. She's off in outer space. She put herself there, and then she's trying to come across as intelligent. Hello? So I want to get back to what I've got going on here. So I've contacted the Russians. I will be contacting politicians next. That's it. That is it. We're getting this mess exposed and ended. Beata's clown routine is going to end here shortly. But this has been their performance. They're not honest about their job performance. That's exactly what it is. Oh, it's agents. This is how they assess the truth of things. Oh, it's agents. Oh, it can't be that he understands his profile. So quite literally, when I point out my profile, they ignore what I point out. They literally rewrite what I speak of and speak about here in their heads. They psychoanalyze. And they come to the wrong conclusions because they've got my psychology wrong in the first place. So the point is, here I am trying to clean up all of their fucking mistakes, all of their misperceptions, and I'm pointing out you've got all this shit wrong. And then what they do is they just rewrite my psychology into what it isn't. So instead of cleaning up my psychology here, they just keep rewriting it into what's not right in the first place. It's inaccurate. It's balls to the walls off in outer space, actually. She and Jurgen and the Beka, they're just affecting me there. That's why I'm still trying to finish here. I point out my psychology, and they literally rewrite it into something it isn't. That's the entire point. My point is, if they had actually taken my psychology as I've given it to them, they could see it's real and true. Furthermore, they could look through the past, and they will see me as I actually am, instead of all the fucked up shit they believe. You get it? And she's a goddamn agent. And Jurgen is a goddamn agent. And all these German fuck-ups looking at the videos, they're agents. They believe everything based on shit they never double-checked. Furthermore, with me pointing out their mistakes and my actual psychology, guess what? They still haven't cleaned their shit up. You understand? Yes, they are insanely incompetent. This is one of the messages coming out in interviews. They are, it's beyond imagination how fucking bungling they are. They made all of this based on not double-checking anything. Then they assume I'm stupid, and it can't be I'm pointing out their mistakes. Oh, well, you got to be delusional. They take this over here, delusional, to explain. That's the point. They're sloppy as shit. They just feel what to believe and slap it on. Hello? Oh, we'll just use delusional to explain it. How about you do your fucking jobs and find out you fucked up? So every step of the way, I see them and how they do their shit, and they're balls to the walls incompetent. They're finished in interviews. So then they're trying to turn it into, well, we're killing your cat and everything. And so no doubt they believe it's all personal now. Me against German agencies here. Man, they can't go fuck themselves. They're off in their own goddamn Disneyland. That's the point. They keep being put here by Horvat and the FBI. They put themselves there. It's got nothing to do with where I'm coming from. I am constantly lied about. Man, fuck them. And they're so goddamn arrogant, they haven't listened to one fucking word. So it's the Russian embassy. I'm trying to get citizenship. And I'm sending emails off to politicians with a copy of this book. In the meantime, a lot of people, a lot of big names from alternative media have been tricked by agents and agencies here. Quite literally, everybody's been tricked into taking part in the FBI's cover-up and the cover-up of agencies. I've been falsely labeled a rapist. All this shit just done nonstop for years on end. Then I was with my family. Then it began being done to them. Hello? All based on lies. And everybody's gone along with it. You get it? This is reality. This is what I actually have to live with. And this is what I am trying to get resolved here in my life. I need money to prove that Dawn and the FBI lied. How does anybody think that works? Why do you think the FBI has it set up this way? This is the point. Most people I've dealt with from the alternative media are balls to the walls incompetent. That is the entire point. That is one more. It's finally getting into my thick head here. Most have been just absolute fuck-ups. They're fakes. Anybody can do a YouTube channel and report on news. But being able to analyze shit and get to the truth of things, that's a whole different ballgame. And that's really what it should be about. Oh, no, not with people in my life. We got people just being lazy-minded fuck-ups, and it's getting people killed. German agents are a perfect example of it. Don't tell me I don't know what I'm sitting on top of, and don't tell me I'm not intelligent. The FBI is worried beyond your wildest imagination because it is real and true, and I can easily prove they've been lying. I only lack the money. They and I both know this. It's not goddamn accidental. Everybody is literally taking part in their cover-up. This is Beata with me. Well, you think that's what German agents and agencies are doing. They've been tricked into taking part in a cover-up against themselves. And she goes, well, you got there because, you know, they're doing it with the alternative media that way. This is how Beata falsely connects things. No, actually, I see it being done with alternative media, and then I see it being done with German agencies, and differently. That is how I get there. You are the ones who, and then you accuse me of your own fucking way of analyzing shit. You just take what is superficial, just looks. You don't actually find out the psychology behind the looks and my actions and what I speak of. You're balls to the walls incompetent, and your lie of you is coming to an end here very soon. So that's it for this video. I've got other things to bring up, but they keep just making this about Beata. So, and that's the other end of it. It hits this point where I'm explaining just bare basic common sense in regards to my psychology. I mean, the point is, my psychology is not a mystery in regards to all sorts of shit. But for them, it is. And the point is, for everybody else, it's not going to be a mystery either. I'll just explain myself and people will get it. But Jurgen and Beata and German agents are psychoanalyzing everything into something it's not. They never see me. This is why they've got so much shit fucked up about me in the first place. It's all unverified. It's just what they chose to believe, really. The point is, they haven't been right about anything. They just keep continuing on with it. I got bumped out. I didn't begin to be finished. You know, the whole entire point here is the alternative media has been tricked into taking part in a cover-up on the FBI for the benefit of agents and agencies here. Everybody's gotten their hands filthy. All sorts of people here. And it's the same thing done with German agents. They've literally taken part in their own cover-up. In a cover-up against them, excuse me. And Beata, as a perfect example, would say, well, it's that way with the alternative media, and you know it, and now you think it's that way with us. No, actually, I'm observing the same thing being done with German agents and agencies. Differently, but it's the same thing. It's based on reality. They are the ones who go, well, they are the ones who superficially believe something and then read it into what it is they look at, not me. I keep my shit separate. I'm intelligent. I know how to analyze truthfully and honestly. I do not read shit into things. But my point is, the reason why Beata believes this is because she does this all the time. And Jurgen and German agents, period. That is why. They read how they analyze shit into me. And they are quite literally sloppy as fuck. Because of how they analyze. They go, well, this looks like this, so this means this is the same as that. Hello? And then it turns out they'll take something from the past year. They didn't have that right. So then they're taking something where they had my psychology wrong in the past, and then they're seeing it here and now. And there's the connection. This here proves this now. They're balls to walls incompetent. And then they accuse me of their way of analyzing. No, you've got my psychology all wrong. I've pointed it out to the FBI here, and they never passed it on to you. What's the conclusion on that one, fuck-ups? Same thing now that I'm with Horvat and our officer. Same fucking thing. They also did not pass on a goddamn thing in regards to my psychology. You quite literally have nothing cleaned up in regards to my psychology, you fuck-up. And I am angry because I've quite literally pointed out your fucking mistakes and you haven't cleaned it up. You then want to make it about, well, you're saying there's a cover-up going on and this and that. It's got nothing to do with all sorts of shit I've pointed out here in regards to my psychology, you fucking amateur. You are a goddamn fuck-up. You are literally a stupid person pretending to be intelligent. That is exactly what you are, Beata. You are a goddamn fake. I've pointed out the mistakes of your goddamn agency and all sorts of people here, and you haven't cleaned up one fucking thing because of the way you analyze. You go, well, you're dealing with cover-ups, therefore that can't be your psychology. You're a goddamn fuck-up. You could have done this with UFOs, except, sorry, I've got at least 6 witnesses. But my point is, if that weren't the case, you would go believing in invented psychology for that. Oh, he's delusional. He thinks he saw UFOs. That has to do with you and how you analyze shit, and your belief systems. It has nothing to do with reality, you fuck up. Furthermore, you do not know how to do psychology or profiling when you just take everything and label it delusional instead of finding out what it fucking is in the first place, you asshole. You think you're going to get away with tricking alternative media and people on the internet here with your fucking job performance, you stupid cunt? And let's see. Oh, well, maybe it's Horvat hit me up posing as you, Beata. Oh, look, he's not accurate. So then you go, well, just throw everything in the garbage. Like it changes the truth of everything I've just pointed out here, you fuck up. Take a look at how you analyze shit. Jesus Christ, to say you're incompetent is not accurate. You're actually balls to the walls stupid. Furthermore, it's going to be obvious for everybody. And you have an egotistical reaction to me getting angry, pointing out your mistakes here, instead of actually finding out you fucked up, asshole. Doesn't matter who it is. What I'm pointing out is totally on the money here, fuck up. Look at how you analyze shit. Look at how you arrive at truth. The whole point is your objective is not about finding out what the truth is. Your objective is about reading what you believe about me into everything. You literally cannot see one goddamn thing about me because you're reading all this shit you got about me wrong into everything, asshole. You sat with me for years and didn't double check one fucking thing, you stupid piece of shit, and both of you. One more, they keep affecting me, so Jurgen's just gone. He doesn't even exist. Like it changes shit. One more technology magic trick for you. What do you think I do? I assess basic realities. It's not just Beata. You're all stupid. Actually, Jurgen is the last one I had contact with. Point is, you're focused on your own magic tricks instead of seeing how I do shit. How do you think it works? You think because they affect me and Jurgen's gone from my head, it changes basic reality? Like somehow I'm not going to realize Jurgen's also involved here? The Bakia period? Hello? They hit me up with lies and ways of lying during your sex sessions with German honeypots at times. So they're not passing on the truth. I already gave them all sorts of profile information, you fuck-ups. You're still believing all the lies. Furthermore, you could have analyzed on your own and found out I've been telling the truth. It's not rocket science. So all the way around, it's a statement of you, your psychology, and your job performance. That's on you. My point is, getting back to the UFO thing, if I didn't have 6 witnesses, 6 plus, people who are with me, and I've had a lot more sightings than that. I've had a shitload on my own. There's a reason why I have, actually, and it gets to the bigger picture here. So they're bumping out the point. Yeah, so you would go, well, he believes in you, he saw a UFO, you would go delusional, and then you just read everything about me delusional. That's exactly what you've done here. But that's not real life, and that's not how it really works. I've pointed out my psychology to you, and you didn't clean it up because you're too busy labeling it delusional. You're fuck-ups. Anybody who is halfway professional will get the mistake made here on that one. You suffer from your own goddamn bias. That is the entire point. You put yourself there, agent. You're fucked. You're having a dick-waving contest, and the reality is you're already finished. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter if it's actually you or Horvat. This is actually how you are and where you're at to a very large degree and extent here. And Jurgen as well. It does not change the truth of everything I've just stated. It does not matter who is involved. You're not focused on the truth. You don't even know how to determine it. You just go, well, he's wrong, and then that's it. You just shit can everything. You're fuck-ups. You're so incompetent, it's incredible. But you're not getting away with it with a whole audience of an audience full of people and somebody halfway intelligent interviewing me. You're fucked. July 15th, 8:22 p.m. I've got to get going here, so I've been editing the video yet again. So I hope that gives people from alternative media who are conscious and intelligent and questioning, I hope that gives you an idea of how German agents made their mistakes here. Because this is literally how they've performed. And man, in regards to interviews, I can go miles deep into what they think, why they think it, how they got there. This is what I've been doing the entire time, is noting the mistakes of agents and agencies. This is what the FBI is scared to death of in regards to me getting interviews. Everybody's going to know I'm telling the truth. The interview is going to blow up the internet, and I will probably have politicians contacting me in regards to this. That's the truth of it. So, yeah, it's a dangerous mess, and this has been the performance of German agents. They are not honest with themselves about one goddamn thing, and they're just absolutely shameless. That's the truth of it. They have not been honest in regards to their analyzing. No, nothing. It's beyond your imagination, really. But this is, my point is, this is just some of it. Oh, there's fuckloads. Note here in the video, hit me up for ways of lying to Russians. They've lied yet again about how I do things and these computer programs. They're hitting me up with computer programs which gives them fake answers, and then on top of it, they're trying to make it look like it's me and I'm in denial of the moment. These are hit pieces for foreign agents down the road with technology on me. And the reality is Horvat and our officers are fucked and patsy here. I see this all as desperate moves, but they've plopped down lies and they've invented all sorts of shit. Well, this is why this looks real and true. This is why this is... They're lying about the computer programs and my psychology, and they've literally got feelings on me, or they'll push feelings on me and hit me up with something, and then try and accuse those feelings of being mine. And the reality is, it's like accusing me of being gay. There's no better way of putting it. You just recognize it's got nothing to do with you or where you're coming from. So they're desperate. They're trying to portray me as delusional and in denial. And the reality is, all it is technology tricks. As I communicated to these agents, it was something like, God help you if they just take the technology all the way off of me for a few minutes. Within minutes, I will be miles deep up the FBI's ass and up Horvat's ass. And they know it, and Horvat knows it. So, that will be one of my recommendations for Russians if they're offering me citizenship. This shit's going to have to be done professionally and intelligently. This isn't kid shit. So, but the point is, I can get them all the way in. And this is what I've offered them. You give me citizenship, I'll get you all the way in regards to a dangerous mess. And the reality is, when they find out how American agencies have handled it, they are going to understand, like I do, that you could not possibly look worse for any goddamn agency. I literally watched a politician be targeted with this technology. I literally witnessed that. I witnessed an event which made the news, and that was remote controlled and involved people being murdered and a shooting. Hello? So this is an extremely dangerous mess, and the quote solution here for heads of agencies has been to hold me in. Oh, we're going to collect more information. That's a lie. It's a dangerous mess, and they should be telling German authorities and getting this ended. And they're afraid to do it because it's going to damage relations with Germany. Yet the way they've got it set up now, Horvat and her officers are going to run because they've got no choice, and they're balls to the walls dangerous. That's the current circumstances. They fucked up. So if the truth finally gets out here, they are absolutely in a world of shit. The elite are going to be looking at this and they're going to be like, well, one of our own got targeted. This was one of the motherfucking elite. This politician. Oh man, Mr. Creepy. Are you kidding? First thing I communicated to Horvat and her officers when they did it. First motherfucking thing that came out of my fucking brain straight to this dumb cunt and her team of idiots here. First thing I communicated was, well, that was stupid. Because I was looking at if I finally get this mess exposed, because they did that, the elite are going to be coming after them hardcore. And man, take a look at how Beata has handled this and everybody else from German agencies. They've handled it like a joke. They never took it seriously long enough to determine whether or not it's real or not. Oh, they're in a world of shit. So if this gets out publicly, the elite are going to be, oh my God, they're going to be going ballistic. They're going to pin a medal on me. And man, people, heads of agencies here are fucked. When the Russians find out, they're going to be like, holy shit, the Americans are just stupid as shit. Man, they should have gotten this mess ended. Horvat and her officers are currently doing unauthorized murder. Holy fuck. And they got a hard-on for agents and agencies now in the first place. As I told every group of agents now, clearly they are knocking off agents here, and you are unaware of it. Because that is how she fucking is. And then take a look at how Beata has performed here in Jurgen, who communicated to me a good agent is one that follows orders. I said that works for the military. I said a good agent is one that questions things. I would fucking know. I'm wearing the shoes. This is me speaking with a BKI agent directly, Jurgen. Take a look at the Disneyland they live in. Take a look at how they've performed. Take a look at how they analyze. That is the point. This is how it's happened. And they are dishonest about their job performance here. You get it? They are not analyzing and finding out what my psychology is. I tell them how I am here in regards to things. They throw it out. They read what they already believe into it. So then they just slap on more fake psychology. They are broken. They haven't cleaned their shit up. Hello? Who the fuck performs this way? It's finished. My point is, take a look. This is how this has happened. Take a look at my parents. Take a look at the picture of my mother in the one video. Hello? Oh, I'll have to put it in here then, now that I think about it. But take a look at my mother. That is how my mother and father got tricked by the FBI. Picture is worth 1,000 words. Take a good look. I'll put it here. So that's it. I've got to get going. It's getting dark. Okay, so I've been looking at their technology effects here. This is the stuff that they always do in video. Standard operational procedure. It goes all the way back to Phoenix. You know, as a point, one of the things they'll do is bring something up which I've brought up with them before. And then they pass it off as being theirs. This is one of the ways they've labeled me dishonest, and it's one of the ways in which they're hiding my intelligence. The reality is these FBI agents, just like Beata, and I can't claim Jurgen, but just like Beata, they don't get jack shit about one goddamn thing in regards to this world and the power structure and how it works. Jurgen is the only agent, literally the only agent I've met in my life that had a really good grasp of the political players and the power structure, and he understands how shit works. But he's literally the only agent I've met who really does understand this shit. The difference between Jurgen and Beata, as a point, is night and day. And that's how it is here with these agents and myself. This is why I said to the agents out in Phoenix, I said to them, I said, you want to know how I am? I said, take the technology off so I can write my book. I'm conscious and intelligent. They just don't see it because they're affecting me all of the time. That makes them idiots, not me. Then they go believing I'm stupid. That's the point. They're set up and tricked with their own goddamn technology effects. They're balls to the walls incompetent. That's what I mean. They're so incompetent, it's difficult for people to comprehend here. So then my best guess is, because they always do damage control, they never, ever let people in on their mistakes. It's all about damage control and looking the best. And they aren't. In their case, they're balls to the walls desperate to hide the truth of what a bunch of fuck-ups they are. So my best guess is they'll label it as, well, we've tricked them. Those weren't actual mistakes. We did it deliberately. No, that's a goddamn lie. I see them do this all the time. You know, they had this guy rob me, speaking of Phoenix, out at the canal with a gun. And Pee-wee fucked up. I almost ended up taking out him and his goddamn sidekick because I was worried about women and children. So then what Pee-wee did is he hijacked me when I was on the phone with my sister, made me angry, and then she's supposed to make a connection. Man, if I had been angry when those guys had first come up to me, it would have been game over. So they're trying to sell I'm angry and dangerous and this and that, and the reality is Pee-wee almost got 2 of his people taken out because I was worried about women and children. You tell me, does he know how to profile? He's the one that set the circumstances up. So then to do damage control and to hide his slight fucking mistake here, that he almost got 2 of his own people killed, and then I would have been straight to the goddamn newspapers about the FBI and how they tried murdering me. Hello? Are you hearing me here? He's trying to hide how heavily he fucked up, and he did it by affecting me on the phone with my sister. That is all he did. But take a look at the real circumstances here. They fuck up like this all of the time. This is actually where Patsy is at. This is what they're worried about in regards to Russian agents. So, but that is why I brought that up with Pee-wee out in Phoenix. I said, if you want to know me, just lower the technology so I can do my writing and you'll see real me, because that's where I operate from the entire time. I'm no different than David Icke. You think David Icke just does lectures? That's all built into his hard drive. He views the world around him that way. You, Beata, and you, Jurgen, don't get it because you're a couple of superficial fakes and a couple of broken dinosaurs like my parents. You do not grow and change. You do not evolve and grow, period. You are the way you are now is the way you'll be 50 years from now. That's exactly how you are. How David Icke is, how I am, and many people like me, Monica, Andre, all sorts of people here. This is how we are. It's a particular type of person. You do not know how to profile. Furthermore, you haven't cleaned your shit up. You're fucked. I don't wipe the floor up with you in interviews. And everybody here. Point is, I've pointed out my psychology, and they read the fake psychology into the answers I give. You understand? So if that's not beyond incompetent, then I don't know what is. Again, Beata is her own proof. But I want to get back to their tricks here. They've got a memory cage on me most of the time. I can't remember shit from just a couple of days ago. So they've got this memory cage on me. They affect you, literally impair your thinking, so you can't think about shit. And as a result, these agents remain in the dark in regards to all sorts of shit. Their whole focus has been passing on a profile I don't have while they themselves are looking at my real profile now. That's exactly what's going on with the FBI here. The problem for these agents and Horvat and our officers is that this is not about the fake profile. That constantly grows and changes and more incredible theories get invented for it and on and on and on. It's not about that. It's about my profile. So, as I've told Horvat and our officers and these agents here, you're finished. The moment somebody starts looking at what it is I am saying, instead of believing all of this far-out fantastic shit, it's game over. They keep trying to invent other ways, as a point. They know where I'm coming from in regards to all sorts of stuff. All they do is hit me up with the lies they are selling to others here. They're showing me what it is they're communicating behind the scenes for getting away with. This is how it was with Horvat and her officers. And they're passing it off to German agents. Well, he's confused. That's actually how he is. He's in denial, and on and on. They're just stupid and incompetent. That's why I don't waste my time with a lot of this shit anymore. But the point is, how they got there is based on how they analyze and the fact that they never double-check shit after hearing, well, that's not my profile. They labeled me as having motives I've never had, lying and manipulating to go free. That's never been true at all, and Monica knows that. She was a witness. She lived with me. She knew I had changed. Hello. So my point is, if you just look at the things I've brought up here, you can start to add it up, and you can start to see things for what it is. They labeled Monica as delusional. Actually, she knew that I could go free here. She saw the difference with me. And take a look at how they did this. They sold I was lying and manipulating to go free. A goddamn idiot could have seen the truth of me back in 2002. Yet German agents went believing I'm a threat to agencies. And Horvat piecemealed my life. She cherry-picked it and took singular events and built a fantastic psychology out of all of it for my so that she had a reason for holding me in. And I had no idea. Monica had no idea. We both knew I should go free here. And simply based on how I was. And that's the entire point. Horvat and her officers were a witness to this, but they lied about all of it. It's just their word against mine. That's the entire point. So it's time for somebody to take a look here at what it is these agents have been hiding. Everybody is focused on the lies they communicate to you. It's real simple. They've invented excuses and lies for all sorts of things I bring up in videos. That's the truth of it. So they've got excuses and lies, and then you're focused on that. You're not focused on what's coming out of my mouth. You're pretending to be an agent. That's what they're doing with people from alternative media. They're schooling people. And actually, all they're doing is programming you. And quite literally, how they're doing it is saying, well, this is how agents do stuff. And if this is this, that's how you end up being tricked. What's this about? This is about German agents being tricked. How did they get there? Instead of recognizing I'm speaking the truth about everything, they've re-psychoanalyzed everything into something it's not. Real life circumstances here, and they've got their heads up their asses pretending to be agents. The reality is they didn't question anything. They weren't objective, and they didn't find out from the very beginning. They've been prejudiced and biased, and just from the beginning believed, oh, agents are telling the truth. Hello? Like I just woke up one day talking about this shit. That's not how real life works. They've been even halfway objective and asked themselves, well, if he's telling the truth, how would it be from his side of the fence? They didn't even do that much. The point is, they could have figured out my psychology back in 2002 for what it was if they considered if it's real and true. Strangely enough, I then, years upon years later here, bring up how I was back then, and they're like, well, you're reinventing the past. Hello? This is how incompetent they are. They make excuses for their goddamn mistakes, and then they end up believing their own excuses. They then go labeling that as delusional, and I'm not honest with myself when the reality is it's plain, simple common sense. I was the one that was there. Hello? So you've got a group of lying agents versus me. And my whole profile is about speaking the truth in the first place. But the key point is, it's what anybody with half a brain does in my circumstances. That is one of the points here. From the very beginning, they could have asked themselves, well, why would he be saying this? Hello? You get it? That's not what they did. They were never objective the entire time and way. That is why they're so fucked up in the head in regards to what they believe about me. It's why they can't see me in regards to honeypots. They don't even get what it is I'm angry about, and on and on. I'm not wasting my time explaining myself to fuck-ups when they reinvent my psychology. This is about them not cleaning up their mistakes. So we're going public here, and they're going down the toilet. I'll tell you the story with Ted Cruz here. They affected me. This was a long time ago, last year. Had me contact Ted Cruz. And because they knew I had already spoken about Russians and approaching the elite, but they picked Ted Cruz and were affecting me into contacting them, and I didn't bring up everything. And the FBI was out to lunch in regards to how I do my shit and my psychology, all sorts of stuff. I mean, they got all sorts of things. They've been investigating. They've been getting to the bottom of my profile. So, but the thing is, there's shitloads they did not get. As opposed, they get more now than they did back then. And the thing is, I never brought up what is really going on. So I'm like, fuck you all. I'll be contacting Ted here. I'll give him a copy of my book and, probably send him some video links. But that's how that got started, actually. And so I figured they had already gotten away with lying to him because they are the ones who picked him. I'm not stupid. From the very beginning, I figured that's what that's about. So I didn't bring up any of this. Now I've contacted the Russian embassy. I want to get citizenship. I'll get them on the inside of this shit. And, tonight I'll be sending off emails to politicians. Somebody's going to wake up to what is going on here. Chinese Ray and his pissants here will be hiding it from everybody. The key point is they already lied to Ted Cruz. That's how that works. And I knew it from the very goddamn beginning. They do all this shit with technology, and they get everybody to buy into the technology. The whole thing's a Disneyland. They're lying through their teeth in regards to all sorts of shit, in regards to what they're doing with the technology and how they're misusing it. Every time I bring up the truth of how they're misusing it, they've got a lie to plop down on top of it. Actually, the truth is what's coming out of my mouth, and what you're being told is a bunch of fucking bullshit. And you got there by pretending to be objective with people that you ought to begin to realize if you're at least halfway objective, you cannot be trusting them and believing what it is they're telling you. It's that simple. Actually, I'm speaking the truth, and they are lying about me. So take a look at what they've said to you, and take a look at how they're smearing my name. That is what is going on. Then you look from what I've just communicated to you, and you start looking, you'll see they're using it all over the place. You can wake up to how they're lying to you, but nobody's done it. As a point, I communicated at the beginning of this video, I can lie and manipulate this and that. How does that fit in with your enlightenment profile, this path I walk on? I actually am way up on this. It doesn't mean I can't get angry and on here. But the whole point is, it's just common sense. My point is, it got sold, Horvat sold, I'm lying and manipulating to go free of stalking. Why would that be the case when I don't need to? It's not where I'm coming from at all. But getting back to the beginning of the video, I thought, I thought about it. I was like, I better clarify that. People think that means I'm lying and manipulating. And I'm not being honest about it. There's no truth to that at all. That is what they're selling behind the scenes. They're dumping themselves on me. It's that simple. This is standard operational procedure, yet nobody from alternative media has woken up to this shit. Getting back to the point, of course I can. If I'm out with my girls or something, or, downtown, and, hello? It's just common sense. You gotta die by being honest. But that's not my circumstances here at all. But I could hear everybody thinking that because that's what the FBI has been selling. But my point is, walking on this path of enlightenment doesn't mean you cannot do things. It's all within God's law. There are measurements. You get it? There's a system, and there are measurements for how you can operate and how you can respond. You cannot violate certain lines here. In regards to my circumstances here, hello, why would I be lying and manipulating? All I'm doing is pointing out my profile because they've had it wrong the whole fucking time. It goes all the way back to 2002. I've explained it. I was happy and optimistic, ready to go free from stalking. Both me and my girlfriend were. It's like being freed from prison. How do you think I was? I got labeled as lying and manipulating. They are the fuck-ups here. Man, they're in a world of shit. They have desperately, and like a bunch of jackasses, desperately tried to hold on to, we haven't made mistakes. We haven't made mistakes. Man, they fucked up royally, and it's going public. Holy shit. And Beata's so stupid, she can't realize how obvious she's going to look for the rest of the goddamn world here. And it's not just her, it's her whole fucking agency. But take a look, man, she is the cherry on top of her goddamn agency now. Her and Jurgen here. It's just common sense. It's the law of cause and effect, and you having to deal with other types of people with different kinds of consciousness. You get it? This is one. They're bumping out one point so that I can bring this point's, I've got 2 points to bring out. Now they're bumping out the other one because I've got this one to bring up also. They sit on me all of the time. I rarely get to remember things. I rarely get to think about things and bring stuff up as I actually am. This is literally within every single video. Literally all of them. And the thing is, they block all sorts of points. Later, they'll let me be myself. And again, it's standard operational procedure. This is based on observation at this point. They always have their talking points that they want brought up in video. And the reality is, I've got, all sorts of other shit to bring up, and which is more important in regards to all sorts of shit. So I'm always limited to what it is they allow me to remember, what have you. But the point is, they'll bring stuff up which they already know and get about my psychology. They're trying to make it look like I can't explain my psychology. This is how I know Jurgen and Beata, German agencies, period. They haven't been told how much I'm being affected with technology. I've noted this going all the way back to Horvat. And it's the same way here. I noted this in Phoenix, and I've noted it here repeatedly. Furthermore, these agents are conscious and aware of it. So the point is, I finally bring certain things up, and it looks like they're passing it off as they gave it to me, and I want to believe I am that way, which is insanely absurd. There is nobody on the planet like this. Nobody that goddamn delusional. So this is where they've just sold an absolute comic book and absolutely fabricated character to everybody else. And this is why I say it's like believing David Icke is a Jew hater. It's absurd. You only believe that if you want to believe it. It's not because you analyzed and you looked. But the point is, the one common consistent thing I'm always noting is, well, I'm getting to bring up stuff I brought up with these agents, going all the way back to Phoenix. Hello? And the shit I brought up in Phoenix, the shit I could have brought up all along the way when I was living with my family in Germany. They don't get to be their excuse for their mistakes anymore. Then when I finally point out the truth to them about certain things, they go, well, you're reinventing the past. No, I am me. And that's how I was and where I was so many years ago. I haven't forgotten anything. Actually, my memory is exceptional. So you invented one more lie from memory and being delusional here. instead of seeing reality for what it is. That's the entire point. German agents cannot analyze reality accurately or competently. They just read their viewpoints into everything I bring up with them. Actually, I'm cleaning up their viewpoints, and they just keep pretending to be agents and reading all the shit they've had wrong. This is what a bunch of fucking authoritarians they are. Horvat invented all this shit about me, and it's the word of God now for Germans, like she's goddamn Hitler. Fuck them. They're not about finding out what the truth is. Finding out the truth has never been the intention of German agents and agencies here. Never. It's always been about just reading what they want into everything here. It's never been their objective and goal. What they believe, they read into everything. There's going to be a lot of people from the field of psychology and agents and agencies who are going to be surprised at all of this. So, especially at this point. Man, at this point, you should have tried looking at shit from my end of things. That's one more they're desperate about, my memory. And how I analyze things, and how good it is, and how it actually works. They are trying to, they're trying to sell this. It's one more huge, enormous lie. But now I've got superpowers. So they're trying to claim that my memory functions even when they've got the memory cage on me. No, that's to hide how it is I, quote, remember stuff when I've got a memory cage on me. Pointed this out in video. And apparently German agents ignored it. So, but it's a sign of how desperate American agencies are, because they've invented just far out theories now. So now I'm not just delusional, but they're slapping on superpowers to hide the truth and reality of how things actually work here. They pointed out to me, well, it's clear you understand who is Beata, who's Horvat, and who's Patsy here. And they're all pretending to be certain people. It'll get to a certain point, and I recognize who I'm dealing with. And there's a reason why. So now they're just mixing it up all the time. It doesn't change one goddamn thing. You're tricked by your own special effects. This is a statement how balls to the walls incompetent you are. I've just pointed this out in video. It doesn't matter if it's you communicating shit to me, Beata, or Horvat posing as you. I have addressed it as you, and all of those points stand. You go, well, you're not right about it. It wasn't me. Therefore, you just throw out everything I've communicated. You're balls to the wall stupid. That's not how goddamn reality and truth works here. You shit-canned everything for being correct. You focused on one slight detail instead of all the fucking points I made, which are all the truth of things in the first place. Regardless, you are being addressed, and those are your goddamn mistakes. That's the entire fucking point. You look at how you analyze shit. You go, oh, well, he was wrong, so just throw it all out, and it's about your mistakes in the first place, you egotistical fuck-up. That's it for you pretending to be intelligent here. This is going public. Everybody is going to know the performance of your goddamn agencies here, whether you get it or not. You should have started listening and looking and double-checking, because it's going public now, you idiot. You know, in regards to me, they get the truth of all sorts of things. In other words, they don't affect me in regards to all sorts of things when they're trying to get to the bottom of stuff. But when I try and do videos, man, that's a different story. All of a sudden, my memories are blocked, my ability to think is blocked, and they will just toss in points to bring up along the way, and that's what happens. But the point is, they're selling a dumbed-down version of me, and the way that they are doing this is by putting all this technology on me when I deal with people in the first place. They've lied about my memory here. They're trying to invent this theory that I can see outside of the memory cage. I can remember outside of the memory cage. to hide the fact that I do see things going on. And what they're trying to sell is, well, you memorized it from before. That's not how I do my shit at all. I do everything from the ground up. I'm seeing that they're lying and manipulating in regards to certain people here based on technology effects. So then I ask myself why they're doing it, what are their tactics. So I get right back to, and then I figure it out. And then I'm like, well, have they done this before? And then I'm like, oh, okay, they did this before in 2000 or 2004 or 2006 or 2010. But the point is, I don't remember the past and then read into things. That's how Beata's been here. I don't use tactics. I do everything from the ground up. I analyze all of the details before reaching my conclusions. Beata, what she does is she just looks at the surface. She looks at labels. She memorizes tactics. And then she just reads her shit into everything. Oh, you saw a UFO, you're delusional. Everything about me is delusional now. And then she sees everything delusional. But the reality is, it doesn't change my psychology, does it? In regards to all sorts of shit, does it? That was always the point of my saying, well, they bumped it out. It's irrelevant. But the point is, she is the one guilty of what she accuses me of. That is how she made all her fucking mistakes here. She is accusing me of how she analyzes and how she does her shit. And the reality is, I do all my shit from the ground up. They got a memory cage on me, you stupid cunt. Do you understand fucking science? I'm going to have your ass here, Beata. Do you understand science? You shit can science and how this technology actually works for your viewpoints. So now you're believing one more far-fetched theory which they're selling you because they're desperate to hide the truth here. Now, I am actually noting agents misusing technology on me in regards to lying and manipulating in regards to German agents, you dumb cunt. So that is what that is all about. So now I've got new superpowers. See through the memory cage. I can remember past the memory cage. Actually, there's no truth to it at all. Furthermore, they know it. This is how stupid and incompetent you are. You have somebody more intelligent than yourself dealing with agents doing a cover-up, and I'm noting how they are lying and manipulating by how they affect me in regards to German agents. I can see what it is they are selling, you dumb cunt. That is how I get there. It's not me remembering shit from 10 years ago or something, you fucking imbecile. And so now they're desperate. This is all they're hitting me up with for the last week. They're trying to make their theory real and true, and all they're doing is hitting me up with fake special effects for trying to pass off onto me so that they can get away with it with another team of agents who have a wiretap on me. This is all about Russians. Sell it to a Russian at the embassy who doesn't have jack shit about what is going on here. As he thinks it's a cover-up. He thinks we're doing a cover-up. And, yeah, actually they are. And if a team of Russians, if I get citizenship and a team of Russians looks into this, they're going to find out it's real and true. That is what that's about. You cannot be in the middle of a cover-up and be delusional about it. That is, you have to be insanely stupid to believe that. You have to be German. I think I'll finally end here, but my point is, everybody is going on everybody else's mistakes. Picture is worth 1,000 words. Take a good look at how German agents and agencies have performed here. They're running around and being paraded as knowing, and they don't. They have no way of knowing. This is about what they feel. It's about what they feel to believe. It's not about them knowing. I've pointed out my real psychology, and they just went on believing everything they had wrong about me in the first place. What kind of fuck-up performs like this? Hello? So, they're shit out of luck. They felt that their homies and colleagues could not be lying to them. And therefore they believed everything they were told from the very beginning. Holy fuck. Who on God's green earth does not understand that they do not know, yet they're being paraded around as knowing? So then take a look at the picture of my mother here with all the beer cans around her. That is what I grew up with. That is how the FBI got away with tricking both my parents. So take a look. Everybody has been going on everybody else being tricked, and furthermore, they're being tricked also by the FBI. But it's not hard to point them out, and it's not hard to figure out that the FBI are lying here. They've looked. They've taken small looks. They take the technology off of me, and bam. Me not being affected is worlds different than my being affected. This is why I'm sat on all of the time. It's about my being hijacked so the truth never comes out, except for when they're ready for it. You get it? That is how this has been the entire way, going all the way back to when I was living with my family and dealing with Horvat and her officers. I am hijacked so nobody can find out the truth. Then when you finally do find out the truth, they've sold you lies so that you believe the lies instead of the truth. Hello? But if you're honest here, then you understand German agencies and agents, like my parents here and all sorts of people from alternative media who have fucked up, they've been played, and quite frankly, everybody is fucked up here. Nobody has been responsible. Nobody has thought about things intelligently. No, nothing. This whole thing has been, people just been manipulated the entire time and way here. And this is how it happened with German agents. So that's it. Who was it? They released something, and it was about shooting Trump. I forget who it was. Somebody very famous. And they were putting a message out there to shoot Trump, assassinate Trump. Why do you think they were talking about killing Trump so much at the beginning? And Kathy Griffith, that just ugly, disgusting woman holding it up ahead of Trump. What they were doing was doing imprinting with the public, and they were hoping that some random kook would somehow get through and get away with assassinating Trump. They're putting the idea out there into the public and for the crazy, so that maybe somebody actually randomly does the job the elite wants done. You get it? That is what that was about. This time around, they've got it set up so he doesn't even have protection, and he can be locked up in prison, which they're going to do. They're going to do all of this. This is about fascism, not democracy. Hello? So they're going to be taking out politicians, alternative media. It's going to be a full fascist grab, and that's what the FEMA camps, custodial facilities, are all about. Furthermore, they are not just in America. They are also in all the European countries, except Germany. And the way I looked at it with Germany is, well, they are most certainly are not setting up prison camps after Auschwitz and everything. But when it comes to their dissenters, they are going to be grabbing people and locking people up, so maybe they just get deported to these prison camps. I've looked at prophecies, and Germany is going to be one of the bloodiest places in regards to the citizens fighting their own government. It's going to be civil war. This is in the prophecies. And it's stated that it's going to be extremely bloody. That's because Germans love their freedom more than Americans. That is what I love about Germany. Used to. Out by spying on people's thoughts. You know, they'll be anti-corruption or something. They'll be good people, but it's against the fascist system here. So then they will know what these people are thinking, and then they will target them with gang stalking, what have you. This is where it's headed. FEMA camps, none of this is going to be good. Last point here for German agents. Anybody can do what you do. You just take what you believe and you read it into everything. Quite literally, that is what you do. You never verified or checked from the very beginning. You just go proving to yourselves your own viewpoints. You believe what you believe and you read it into everything. It's extreme prejudice and bias, which is how you made your decision making from the very beginning. Never even occurred to you that this is real life and that this could actually happen. You are agents and agencies, and you of all people were supposed to analyze and think critically, and you didn't do it. You have not performed as agents and agencies. You've quite literally performed with extreme prejudice and bias, and that is about your beliefs about agents and agencies and the world you live in here. It's not about reality. But my point is, what you do, anybody can do. It's what racists do. They go, oh, black, and they just read all sorts of shit incorrectly because that's how they see those people. You're doing the exact same thing. This is what I have meant throughout all these remarks I've made throughout all of these videos. You cannot even analyze. You can't even think intelligently. You're not understanding where I'm coming from because you don't understand one goddamn thing here. You haven't cleaned up anything. Look at how you couldn't figure out honeypots. It's because you used delusional as a reference point instead of healthy psychology. You fucked up royally. So the truth's coming out, and you're going to find out the hard way through interviews. You're going to have nobody to blame but yourselves. Eat shit. Even these computer programs are set up for proving what you believe. It's not about analyzing what I've given you and then finding out it's the truth. If you had listened in regards to any of these points, you would have found out the truth. You didn't do it. That is a statement of you, your intelligence, and your job performance here. How competently you perform as agents and agencies. Never occurred to you that this might be real and true. The point is, once you did hear this, you didn't even think twice about it. You just went homies. And you've performed that way the entire time and way. What would anybody in my shoes do? It's just common sense. You're going to speak the truth about the circumstances like you got a fucking choice. You didn't look at bare basic realities. Horvat sold to you, I'm going to do all this killing and murder to convince him I'm an out-of-control psychopath. And she affected me very heavily throughout 2011. So I got fucked on that one. So there's one point right there. But it was never about that. It was about the fact that she had held me in stalking. And then was getting away with all of this in the first place. There came a point, I think it was 2007, I looked at all the German citizens that had been killed. And I was aware, of course, if Horvat can do murder and stuff, if they're doing it, you're doing it. This all came up recently, too. Later, she hijacked me, just and had me believing that everything is that way. And literally, every single event, how I operate is I analyze from the ground up. But that's not what was happening. Horvat was blocking. I've got a checklist of points I go through from having learned. I've got an intelligent system for doing this shit. She had blocked points and blocked my memory and in regards to how I analyze. So there's one point. She got away with lying about that. And then other times she just hijacked me into believing what she wanted. When I speak the truth to you about this, you can't believe it. There was another point here. Hang on. Let me get back to this point. So when they do something, I analyze all the facts and the details first. And I look at it from all these different ways to see which one fits and which one does not. But I've got to have clear proof that it is that way. The clear proof with February 17th, 2011 was the fact that she gave innuendos for 2 days, and all those innuendos fit what happened on the 17th. That's where they just totally fabricated shit in your file. And then you can't believe it. You had to take a look at how it was done thousands of times on the 15th and then on the 16th. There's no way of goddamn forgetting it. That is why Horvat did it that way. She wanted me knowing that she was responsible, and she did it in such a way I could never forget it. You take a look at what you believe. You believe she gave the innuendos on the 17th, and then I believed it. If that's how it happened, I wouldn't have anything to go on, you dumb asshole. That's the point. I analyze basic realities. You do not. You just start off with he's delusional, and then you can't figure out simple shit like why I'm angry and honeypots. Hello? Jesus, you're stupid. You got to be arrogant beyond belief to be holding the viewpoints you have at this point. It's one more I get about both of you and everybody from your agency that you do not. So I want to get back to the original point and then sign off here. You just performed with bias and prejudice from the very beginning. You went homie to homie. You never actually question things to the point of even 50-50. Well, if he's telling the truth, it would be like this for him and his girlfriend, and then look from there. If you had, you would have seen me and my psychology and Monica's, and you would have understood all sorts of shit for what it actually is. The point is, you went believing it can't be either corrupt, and then Horvat labeled me delusional, and quite literally slapped delusional onto everything. You read everything as delusional, which was incompetent as shit. But you put yourselves there, and you put yourselves there based on your job performance in the first place. You have never been objective. Quite literally, what you have done is from the very beginning, you never found out because you just went, well, homie to homie. You went on stereotypes, job title. That's exactly what you did. You went on stupid, cheap, simplified thinking. Labels. This is how Beata does her shit. It's how Jurgen does his shit. And it's how you all do your shit here. And then you've got the nerve and the balls to accuse me of being so sloppy like yourselves here. No, I do everything from the ground up. That is, in fact, the proof in regards to, just as one point, this event from February 2011 out in Riverside, California. If you get how I do my shit, and that you've been lied to about how I operate here, then you understand there's something wrong with what you've been sold. You have performed like idiots, and you thought I did. Man, you fucked up royally. This is about your feelings about the world you live in, and that's how it's been for all of you, your entire fucking agency. It's never been about truth and finding out what the truth is as your objective. It's been about reading what you were told to believe into everything. You fucked up. You quite literally did not critically analyze one goddamn thing. And the entire point which you miss with honeypots is it doesn't begin to be just with honeypots. It's fuckloads of points. But the point is you couldn't recognize that with honeypots because you're so off in outer space in regards to my psychology in the first place. Start with common sense. Why have I been speaking the truth the entire time in a way here? Hello? That's just common sense. Anybody in my circumstances would be doing what I'm doing. The circumstances are real and true, whether you like it or not. And then you go labeling me delusional and his mind shattered and he can't handle reality and on and on. That's all off in outer space. Take a look at the circumstances I deal with, you fucking asswipes. Jesus, you cannot analyze reality. That is the entire point. How did you get there? And why is that, you fuck-ups? Fuck all of you. If you were to wake up to that answer, you still wouldn't have me for a witness. That's how much I fucking hate you. I'm done with you fuck-ups. This mess is getting ended. Politicians and goddamn Russians. I'm out of this country in a couple of months. I may not be going back to Horvat. This is taking so goddamn long. Your country's not going to be safe either. None of Europe is. So that's it. You can grow up and you can start doing your jobs or keep your heads up your asses. But you're not getting away with lying about your job performance here anymore. Fuck-ups. Agents. Take a look, man. You better take a step outside of yourselves and look at how you're performing. Take a look at the shit you've been tricked into believing. Stands out in fucking neon. So that's it, losers. Man, fuck all of you. I look forward to interviews and getting this mess ended. I look forward to contacting politicians with goddamn brains. I'll be contacting Ted tonight, most likely. They're already prepared for it. The FBI are the ones who wanted me contacting him the last time. They picked him. Never even entered my head. I didn't tell them everything because I knew the FBI was up to something. But the one thing I did know is they got away with lying to them. So I know I'm going to be approaching somebody who's already been lied to. But the point is, the one that I get, is that they are worried about them. That is why they picked them. They picked their most difficult obstacle for getting out of the way. They picked them. That means they are worried about them. Ted never entered my mind. So, and yeah, I've looked at videos and stuff, and I'm like, well, shit, this guy is about the truth. And he does give a shit. But that's been all recent. I used to think maybe he was with one of these secret councils or something. And I double-checked something, and they were fucking with my memory. And that's how I got there in the first place. But it was easily cleaned up. You know, I just had to check a few things on the internet, and I was like, no, that has to do with them affecting me way back when. Or even now, when I think about it. I noted something about Ted, but it was not something about him being on a council, you know, a secret council. So, but the point is, they picked him. Never entered my head to approach Ted, so that tells me they've been worried about him from the very beginning. Because this was this was last goddamn year. That's the truth of it. What does anybody in my circumstances do? You tell the truth. What's the reality of my profile? I tell the truth. So between the two, everybody's kind of fucked here. All it takes is for somebody spending time long enough to speak with me and to find out there's something going on here. That is why everybody is told not to speak with me in the first place. It's a goddamn defense tactic. And it's worked on everybody, alternative media included. Hello? Who came up with these ideas? The FBI. Jesus Christ. How incompetent are people here from alternative media? Who is controlling the information? Who sits in the middle and tells you, quote, what I'm thinking and feeling, which is all a lie. I get affected for reinforcing that with people. Fucking hello? Do you think it falls down if you speak with me? Of course it does. They can't affect me. It's not how you think with this technology. You start speaking with me, they've got limited options. Thus, they do not want people speaking with me. How the fuck does anybody think that works? But who left the FBI in the middle? Who came up with these ideas where they control all the information and you don't find out the real story? I am being censored with you from the alternative media. You're relying on them for the truth. Jesus Christ. You fucked up. This is the point. How bad does everybody look here from the alternative media? Jesus, you're all stupid, really. And no, this is not addressed at David, Bill, and, a few others here. Robert. But, that's how most people have been here. And that is not reality. I am not reacting from all the lies everybody's been sold here. I am, quote, reacting based on real circumstances and what I've got to do. I can get the mess ended. I know how, and the FBI knows it. So they are trying to prevent that. What do you think their fucking motives are? If they're guilty as shit, this is all real and true. So that's it. No, that's not it. Last point here. I want to explain what the heads of agencies have done here. Head of the CIA and the head of the FBI here. There's no heads to it. It's been just Ray here. Special Ray. What they've done is they've made me the scapegoat. They have a very dangerous situation here, and as agents with classified technology can reach out anywhere in the world, do whatever they want, and they have. That's the entire point. And instead of turning them into German authorities, they've been worried about relations with Germany. So Special Ray here doesn't want to look like he's doing nothing, this is the entire point. He is doing nothing, but he's got to make himself look good. So he's like, okay, just keep him in stalking and just keep getting more information about Horvat and our officers and him. Somehow we'll figure out a solution for getting Horvat and our officers out of Germany. It's literally impossible, and even these agents know it at this point. It cannot be safely done. So, not at all. So the reality is, they are just playing a waiting game of, well, Horvat's got to retire. Horvat and our officers will have to retire in about 10 years' time. And it's a waiting game. Nobody's going to turn themselves in from Horvat and our officers. They started hijacking me. Yeah, nobody's going to turn themselves in. Oh no, they're going to run with this technology. And they've already got plans for doing it. Multiple ideas for how to do it. And I say that because I know them. So, really, it's a waiting game, and because the heads of American agencies will not alert German authorities, they've basically left the door open for Horvat and our officers to run, which they will do. So the whole thing's a dangerous mess. And Ray here has pinned the tail on me. He doesn't want to look like he's twiddling his thumbs doing nothing, which is the reality of it. Currently, Horvat and our officers are doing whatever in the fuck they want with technology. Really think about that. And they've got a hard-on for agents and agencies, never mind me and my family, and others here. But the point is, it's a goddamn dangerous mess. A very dangerous mess. And American authorities here, American agencies, the heads of agencies are choosing to not tell German authorities. Instead, what they're doing is they're holding me in stalking, collecting more information, and at the end of the day, everybody knows there's no way of getting Horvat and our officers out. They are dishonest about all of this and living a lie. And what's finally going to happen here is Horvat and our officers are actually going to run. So, at the end of the day, everybody's going to find out I've been speaking the truth anyhow. That's a statement of goddamn fact. In the meantime, if people wake up, then this mess can get ended. So, that's actually why I'll be approaching politicians here. And that's why they were worried about Ted last year. That is why. So they picked them, not me. It's totally not me at all. That's the point. You pick up on shit like this. Yet they lie about how you can pick up on the technology all of the time. So they're worried about him, and they've delayed my sending email to him for about, 5 days now or something. And the reality is, they had already approached him last year. I didn't tell them about any of this because I didn't trust the FBI, and because they brought him up out of nowhere and were affecting me heavily that night. That is why. Hello? But I gave him enough, and I wanted to see what his reaction would be, which was crickets. So I was like, okay, he's tricked, and, I already knew they had already approached him. They picked him. That meant they were ready for my approaching him. That's how this shit works. It's that simple. But the thing is, they do not tell people where I actually operate from. A lot of this I get instantly. It's why they can't see me with technology. Hello? The more you get my profile, the more you actually see me. But I'm not some cheap asshole like Jurgen and Beata, who are stuck. The way they are now is the way they'll be 40 years from now. Just like my parents here. That's exactly how they both are. Me, I constantly grow and evolve and change. I outgrow my goddamn psychology. That is the entire point. They haven't listened to that either. You cannot be more incompetent if you were deliberate. And they have not been deliberate. That's the entire point. This is how this mess got created. That is the entire point. German agents are balls to the walls incompetent. Does everybody get it? A snapshot of them looks like a snapshot of my mother here. That is exactly the truth and reality of German agents and agencies, period. So that's it.
Perception is everything. Opportunities are all around us, riches and rewards beyond our wildest dreams. But we are blind and cannot see, so they do not exist. The only reality we can possibly inhabit is the reality that we create ourselves. We wish to change the world around us. We must change the way that we look at it.